Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor, and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Libra. If Libra is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. Okay, so our card is the universe. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next videos are coming out. I don't want you to miss a reading. And it is free to subscribe to the channel. Oh, hi. Well, Mr. Pudgy's coming to say hello. Of course, I started and you had to come running, huh? Come on down. I got to take a look at these tea leaves. Oh, my goodness. This house is wild. We're so out of whack today. Everybody is sick, except for me, but I'm kind of on the descent, I think. And you go lay in your spot. Yeah. We will cuddle when we're done. So Pudgy came and gave his blessings. And so anyways, we're all kind of struggling. And you might be able to hear my daughter in the background. She's playing with Dad while I film. We're going to try to get to bed super early tonight. And so, yes, if you haven't subscribed, I'm not going to keep talking about it, but I'd love to have you here at the channel, of course. Okay, so let's see. We have that universe card, and I love the universe card. I love all the cards. You know what? I do. Almost every reading, whatever card it is, I'm like, I love this card. I love this archetype, and it's because I really do. I think I just love a lot of things. But this card in particular is one of the, oh, look at that cat face. Look at that face. I have to tell you, I got some new tea leaves a couple months ago, and I'm just now really getting used to them. They're a little different, and I'm steeping them a little differently, and I have been getting some really cool images out of these leaves. I feel so connected to them, and they are an Empire of Keeman, and I always forget, they're the Salon, I think they're called. And it's just they're both black teas, and they're beautiful, and they taste so good. But yeah, some amazing images. And now I'm just looking at this. We have a person who is standing here with an arm out, and then we have this cat that is just very striking. It has its mouth open, it looks like. And I can almost hear it kind of meowing. And I get the sense of, well, the world. Okay, let's talk about the world card and how the universe, the world, it is a sense of completing, a sense of organization, a sense of creating boundaries, of perceptions, trying to find a balance in the now, right? If we think about the universe, you know, I think the commonly accepted idea in this moment is that mostly we live in chaos. And, you know, we're continuing to look for patterns, for, you know, mathematical systems and you know, things that are far beyond my comprehension. But, you know, the ultimate reality of things, as far as anyways, an absurdist like myself sees it, is that where we can kind of understand is locally, right? In our immediate vision and our immediate relationships to things, the world that we are witnessing, the world that we are creating, and so on. Okay, everything else is an abstract. Okay, so when I see this card, I think, this is a place where all of the major archetypes kind of meet. And there is, to me, a real overtone of that magician, because I love the magician as the architect, okay? And, the architect of one's own experience within mundane reality. And the universe is kind of the greater theater, okay? The below and the above. The above and the below, as above, so below, and so within, so without, right? And so I look at this and I think, oh, we have a very magical pairing here, almost kind of an Alice in Wonderland, okay? I feel like you are in a place where maybe you have done something in your life, made a choice, decided to go right instead of left, or left instead of right at the stop sign. Whatever it is, chosen to leave a relationship, started a new job, move somewhere, whatever this is. It doesn't have to be a major thing. I'm just thinking of major thing. It could be very little. Like, going down a different street than you usually, drive down, or whatever. Going to an event that you didn't think you were going to go to. Checking out a restaurant you haven't been to before, on a whim. And so I feel like it's almost like it has felt maybe like it was a bit of an accident. Maybe you made a poor choice. Maybe you haven't really gotten accustomed to it yet. Maybe you feel like, I don't know. Maybe this wasn't the thing for me. Okay, and I understand that feeling. I am definitely that person. Constantly like, okay, how much longer do I have to stay? I've been here for 1.5 seconds, and now I have to, how long is acceptable until I can turn around and leave? And that feeling feels potent. But I think that this is a happy accident. And I think this is an accident that is going to lead you to a place that you've never noticed before. A life, a whole network of things happening that you absolutely did not pay attention to. You had no reason to. I can remember years ago, I had gone to a concert, it was like a rap show, and I forget why I didn't drive myself, but it was like across town. I lived in Minneapolis at the time, and it was still in Minneapolis, but it was way across town. And here in the Midwest, things do shut down. There's not a lot of, there are some things that are 24 hours, but not a lot, right? And anyways, I ended up walking home. It was only like maybe 5 or 6 miles or whatever, but it was the middle of the night. It was the summer. It was warm. And I was just walking through this city that I love. I love that city so much. And I saw people doing the things that they do at 3, 4 in the morning, getting ready to open cafes and trucks full of bread and street sweepers and all the stuff we don't think about. I couldn't help but think, my goodness, It's so magical that life just, listen, working a night shift, high praise to you all. I used to work in cafes, so I remember those nights too, coming in super early to open. But there really is something so magical about how the world works. And so often, if it is not right in front of us, we just don't think about it. And I feel some opening happening, and you can probably hear my cat. I shut the door, and now she's mad. She's realized the door is shut because my daughter's back there playing. But anyways, sorry, TT. There's something happening here. It's like you found some magical doorway. And it might not be anything that seems overtly magical, but to you, it is something kind of jarring, right? It is something that shakes you out of your little slumber. You're going through the motions, It's like, and I see the cat, and I think it's like, in some game or movie or whatever, what do they call those? Like Easter eggs, or the thing that's like kind of sparkly, so you got to follow it. I don't play video games, so I'm just trying to remember from back in the day. So I just feel like this is a time where you go outside of your normal routine. You do something, you're brave. You're going to go and find something magical for yourself. You're going to look at the world a little closer. See what people are doing. How are things working? What's keeping this whole thing moving? What's keeping the simulating? I know. Some days I swear, I'm like, yeah, we're in a dang old simulation. I need to up my game a little bit. I'm not a good gamer. So anyways, I love when I see things like this. The cat. Good luck, right? Oh, good luck. And the good luck really, I feel, and I'm not going to say exactly, maybe there is some other good luck within this as well. Maybe you find something, amazing, a shiny quarter on the ground, or I don't know, you network with somebody, you come back into touch with somebody who you used to know, and there's a job opportunity. I could see something like this happening. When this kind of opens up, it becomes kind of like we're living in a hero's epic, a hero's journey, right? And sometimes, man, I have to really think about life this way, just because the same old. Sometimes we do. We have to embrace that little magical thing. Now, I will tell you, if you think it's the fairies, if it's the fae, be careful. Don't follow them home. Apparently, from the mythology, if you go home with them, if you follow them into the fairyland, into that fairy circle, which is the circle of flowers or mushrooms or whatever, they'll keep you. And you won't come back. You won't find your way back. So be careful about that. Make sure that cat isn't something else. All right. We have Anubis right here. You can see kind of laying down, very regal, head back. And so Anubis, we know, a psychopomp, a scientist, a doctor of sorts. At least these are kind of the more fictional attributes. But everything's made up, so you know what? But yes, a psychopomp. Somebody, something, an intelligence, a deity that brings you through the process of the underworld, going from life into death, through the borderland into the great unknown. So, no, I don't see any kind of death happening. But what I do see is a cool initiation. I also see the lion, much like the green lion. Same posture, right? Jumping up. I see that there is a sense of initiation happening. Okay. And I think this is probably why your reality is becoming a little bit unwound. Just enough for you to get in, go down that rabbit hole. Okay. There isn't a presence of death actively in your life, although it is active in all of our lives at all times. Everything is degrading. But what I do think there is a consciousness of the passage of time. I think that you are acutely aware in this moment for some reason. Maybe this is an anniversary. Maybe it's the time of year. It reminds us of old times, of those who we love, who have transitioned. Okay. Don't get stuck in that. I know it's a thing that we all have to think about it. There's no way around it. And honestly, I think, I don't know. I live close to death myself. I had 2 major near-death experiences, and I've had a lot of people die, especially in my childhood. I've witnessed, not death in the moment, but the aftermath. And I feel like in this era, we're so detached from the death process. It's hidden. It's very hidden. People don't like to talk about it with each other. People don't like to show it. And it's scary. Of course it is. It's one of the major motivators and things that form who we are as beings, why we do the things we do, to escape it, right? To survive. But we mustn't hide from it, because you can't. There's no escaping. And so I feel that you are really in a place where you are thinking about this. You're brave. You are that lion. I almost wonder if you do some kind of, if you don't formally in your work, you're not like a counselor or a social worker or something I really thought about, and I still think about going into this is being a death doula, somebody who helps the family and the person who is going through the end process, right? Or the transitional process is what I should call it. But if you're not involved in death actively, I feel that you are a person that is there for people when they are grieving. You're that person who checks on people. You're that person who brings over a casserole. You're that person that continues to call even after everybody, has stopped. It's not the big news anymore, right? And if you've had somebody pass away in your life, it happens. People are there for a while and then less and less and less. And then, it's a month out and, You don't really get very many calls or visitors anymore. But I feel that you are a person who makes sure that you check up on people who are grieving. You're a good friend. You're a good family member. You have empathy. For whatever reason, I do. I feel like there is a strong connection to maybe you are kind of that guide. You know, the Anubis energy is you, you know. Now, let's see. We have a squirrel. We have a little duck. I have a squirrel. I have a duck. Ooh, I have a 2. We have 20 right here. Okay, so 20. Now, I have this duck who is flying right here. Okay, so when I see the migratory birds, I definitely feel like, okay, there is a movement of energy. Now this one, a movement of blockage, okay? Like some kind of emotional blockage. Working through it. We also have a butterfly. So I do feel also that metamorphosis, the growth that you have undergone. But I keep looking at this and I'm thinking, okay, this one looks like a shaman or some kind of guide, okay? And this is kind of all making sense to me. I feel like you must be having dreams, visions, something happening, intense. You are going through some kind of rite of passage, in the interior, not necessarily in the mundane, okay? And this would be in the mundane, it would be like marriage, graduating, you know, whatever, becoming an adult, whatever, you know, marker you use for that, and so on. Now, the interior, this is kind of the opening of doorways, opening of your understandings, accessing your archetypes, beginning to do the individuation work, okay, shadow work, these kinds of things. And so if you don't have an earthly guide, I do feel like, you know, your interior guide is really showing up and you are becoming quite acquainted. And I think that this has to do with this death work that is coming up. Processing the death for some reason. Some kind of death work. And so if you have been having a reoccurring kind of intelligence in your dreams, if you have been having you know, kind of like synchronicities that feel tied to a certain angel or like a spiritual guide or something like this. And I feel like it's very intense here. And it really seems like this is a super important time to focus on this. Right? And I feel like at the beginning of the reading when we were talking about the cat, kind of going down that little rabbit hole, and I feel like this all has to do with that. You're on a journey right now, feeling very spiritual, very conscious, very awake, you know, to those other things. And I'm jealous. I'm always kind of jealous when I see readings like this. I'm like, take me with you, please. I want to go and see as well. Yeah, so it looks like we have a little baby here. And I feel like it's like you've been praying for this rebirth. You know, for this shift, like you have been feeling stuck stuck in just the monotony of it all. And, you know, I feel like not only are your, you know, prayers being met, not only are your wishes coming true, but you are doing this. This is you. You are the momentum here, right? You are the one that is stoking the fires. You are staying focused on this work, and you are devoted to it. And that is so important. You know, this can't happen without that energy. And so I'm very interested to hear what kinds of things are going on with you. You know, what kind of, you know, hidden somethings are you finding among the mundane? You know, where is it all leading? You know, what are the symbols that you're finding? Always so interested. And the water, for some reason, seems important. Finding water. Wet things. That's what's coming through to me. Like wet. I don't know. If that resonates, you got to tell me, because I can feel like just like finding wet stuff around. You know, hopefully not the animals, right? Okay, so we have the Cincy Child affirmation cards. I'm going to go ahead and flip through. We're going to stop where it feels right. I'm going to flip it over and we'll read it. Okay, it says, everything I need is within me, and I embody source energy. There we go. That's exactly what we're talking about. That's source energy. Yeah, you're the one. You're the one creating your own miracles. It really is that. You know, and the one receiving, you are there, you are giving the energy and receiving the energy. A beautiful continuum. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and say thank you so much for spending this time with me, Libra. It is always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. If you would be so kind as to like the video, it really does help the channel so much. And if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next videos are coming out. And it is free to subscribe. If you want to leave a comment, please do. I read them all, and they mean so much to me. They really, really do. Happy Saturnalia. And I posted a video from, oh my goodness, what is the name of that? I don't want to say it wrong. I'm going to look really quick. I'm so bad with names and if you have watched my readings, you know I'm terrible. I know what I'm thinking about. I don't know the word for it, or the name. Okay. What is your name? Anyways, this person created a really cool video about midwinter festivals and holidays. And it talks about Saturnalia, also the Yule, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce the other one, but the name of the channel is The Hidden Passage. Really great little video there that they made. It's not even little, it's pretty long. And I posted it up on the community post. Go check it out if you don't know much about Saturnalia. But also just kind of cool to check out. Anyways, I love watching all the Saturnalia stuff every year. So anyways, I love you. We'll talk soon. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye.